multi-streaming. Now, I've never been on Twitch before, so welcome if you're finding me here on Twitch. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we are live on YouTube and we are live on Twitch because we are going to talk about fasting for weight loss, EF, which means extended fasting, versus OMAD, versus IF, which is intermittent fasting, versus ADF Alternate Day Fasting. And OMAD stands for One Meal A Day Fasting, which is just fasting for 20 hours or more throughout the day and eating within a 4-hour eating window or less. Now, there are many definitions of OMAD, but my definition of OMAD, hey Manny, welcome. Glad you like the setup. I'm actually on Twitch, so I don't know how that's going to work. I have no idea how that's going to work. Wait, can I highlight now that I'm Twitch stream chat read only? But I'm glad you like the setup. This is kind of like my podcast setup. I'm still trying to get the sound quality well. I'm working on the sound quality, but everything will sort itself out. So I'm just going to wait for people to come in. I want to put my 2 cents about fasting for weight loss. And what I think about it. Oh, and I'm going to also talk about rolling fasts. Now, I've only done I've done 2 rolling fasts in my life, and they were 48 hours, and they lasted for a week. They were 48-hour rolling fast. First time I ever did a rolling fast was when I first started OMAD during my journey back in 2022. And the second time I did a rolling fast was last year. I did 2 48-hour rolling dry fasts for a week. And that was to get me to my lowest weight. So yes. Oh, hey, Christy. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. Nice to see you. Still I rise. Hi, Daniela. I like the setup too. Oh, I'm so glad you do. Welcome. I appreciate that. Welcome. I'm using a new webcam right now because my DJ Osmo Action 4 is giving me issues. But this is a very cheap webcam. So if you're a content creator, if you want to know what it is, I'll link it in my description below. I got it from Amazon. It's the eMeet webcam. Very good quality. I got it for $34 Canadian. So American, much cheaper, probably $25. Really good camera. I'm very impressed. I'm doing 48, says Christie's. I like 48s. I think for when it comes to weight loss and fasting, a good 36 to 48 hour fast is enough. If you want to push it past that, 72 is a good fast to do. If you've been noticing you've been having issues, like right now, I should do a 72-hour fast, which I will announce my community fast, which will happen sometime next week. I'm going to announce that for you all. I just got to sort out my schedule and make sure it happens. But I can do one because I've been having a lot of stomach issues. I don't know what the heck is going on with my stomach. Well, I do know. I got off straight with my diet, and that just causes me a lot of acid reflux and just burning right now. So as you guys know, I've been eliminating everything. I had a lot of events go on in the last week. A lot of events, a lot of stress. So there's a reason why my body isn't letting go of the weight I want it to do. Like I'm shrinking, the scale's not moving because I'm building muscle. So I've been going through a lot of activity going on here. Just so you guys have an idea of what's been happening, I'll just quickly state. About 2 days ago, I had an army of police enter our building, plus an army of firefighters in hazmat suits. And we had the district chief there. We have the chief there. Not the chief, but like, what do you call it? The sheriff? I don't know how it works with the whole ranks of police and firefighters. Because again, we've been dealing with someone in our building that has been doing illegal activity, and it's been stressing me out. I've had to call the police a number of times because it's affected me. I had people threaten me. So no one's not going to threaten me. Trust me, I'm a psycho when things happen, especially when my son's around. I turn into a mama grizzly bear. Been dealing with a lot. So it's no wonder my body doesn't want to relax. Cortisol, when you are stressed and you're trying to lose weight, cortisol actually is a pathway for your body to produce glucose. I forget how the pathway goes, but basically when your cortisol level spikes, so does, oh yeah, I got it. It just clicked in my head. So when you're super stressed, and I mean high stress, I've been like, normally I have like, I struggle with mental health here and there, but I've been doing pretty well lately. What do I say lately? I've had struggles due to trauma. But my levels have been heightened tenfold. So when your cortisol levels are through the roof and you're not getting sleep, your glucose levels are going to spike. And the reason why is because cortisol is the fight or flight hormone. It's the hormone where you're going to either fight or run. So you need your glucose levels to rise. And when your glucose levels rise, your body uses it for running. So obviously when my levels are rising and I'm dealing with stress, anyone, even if you're dealing with stress at work, if you're dealing with stress wherever it may be, that cortisol is being elevated, right? But you're stuck at your desk and you're not moving. So what happens to all that glucose? It gets stored as fat. You need to use it up. So when stress like that happens, it can make it difficult to lose weight, which is why fasting comes into play. Fasting is a very powerful tool to help with calming. I believe around 36 hours of fasting, you start to get GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter that helps you calm down. It's kind of like an anti-anxiety. People take external GABA, but I think the most important thing is to let your body produce it. That's why there are some cases where people have, they said why they take exogenous ketones, so ketones that they drink. I think it's better for your body to produce it. But yeah, I'm just going into a rant right now. Ryan says I'm bulking up right now. That is awesome. Christy says exciting. I'm doing 48s. Okay, so I feel like there's enough people in the chat. I am going to roll on. I have no notes or anything. I'm just going to wing it because I want to talk about fasting and why should you fast for weight loss? Should you fast for weight loss? Well, the question is, how long have you been trying to lose weight for? Has it been very difficult? Where is your BMI? Things like that. Do you have a lot of weight to lose? If you have a ton of weight to lose, there are two scenarios where I think people should fast. And this is for only people who are willing to fast. If you are not willing to fast, this isn't for you. Fasting is controversial. A lot of people have their opinions of it. But fasting has been a pivotal part on my journey due to how metabolically ill I have been. Probably still have metabolic illness in terms of trying to repair my mitochondria and whatnot, but fasting has been pivotal on my journey. My journey started off with keto, eating throughout the day, and even with keto eating throughout the day, you'll have times where you are so satiated and you are so full in that you end up fasting by default anyway. So that's what happens with that. But it's been pivotal in helping reverse a lot of things because we're just littered with toxins and chemicals in our body, and like I said, I talk about the mitochondria a lot because it plays a role in energy metabolism and everything. A lot of people who are struggling with that resistant weight loss, a lot of it has to do with the mitochondria. I'm going to go on a tangent here about, oh, hey, thank you for the super chat, Christy. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Send you mad love, girl. Appreciate the support and all of that. Thank you. Nigel, I see people here. Hi, Nigel. Welcome. Nigel says, hello, Miss Joy. Welcome. Ryan says, Alex Eubank tried to fast and almost died. He's too lean. He has got too much muscle on you. Okay, if you have a lot of muscle on you and you're a fitness influencer like Alex, you don't need to be fasting. I saw that. I'm like, why are you fasting? You have too much body fat on. You have too little body fat on you. For him, he should be doing like maybe a 16-8. That's about it. But fasting is designed for people who have excess body fat, who have BMIs of overweight or obese, or body fat percentages that are higher than Alex Eubank. Alex Eubank does not have a high body fat percentage. So yeah, it would be dumb for him to fast. Yeah, it would be dumb for a bodybuilder to fast. He's already in a situation where he has high muscle, low fat. When you think about that, yeah, we all strive for the physique. That physique is an evolutionary backwards physique because muscle is very energetically expensive. So when you have lots of muscle, you're gonna need storage on your body. So you're gonna need some fat, or all the glycogen stores and whatnot. And then you have little fat. That's gonna put you in danger if there's famine. So no, Alex Eubank should not be fasting. But anyway, I just want to get back on track on when are the best times to fast, or in your journey, where you're at in your journey. Number one, people who have tons of weight to lose. Number two, people who are very close to their goal weight. However, they've been dealing with stubborn fat. Like they have those last like 20 to 10 pounds to lose. That's when rolling fast will come through. Because when I got to my lowest weight, I did a rolling 48-hour dry fast. You can see it. I document it on my channel. It's one of my top videos. But anyway, I just want to get into talking about each fasting method and why they work and why they're beneficial. And also, I'm going to put in my 2 cents. Fasting is a tool to help you boost weight loss. Fasting should not be dependent on weight loss. If you want long-term sustainable weight loss, it happens with nutrition. You need to get your eating schedule right. You need to make sure that is sorted out. You need to make sure you have a diet that works for you, a healthy, balanced diet, or a ketogenic diet, which can you call keto balance? It can be. It's balance in terms of maybe getting in whole foods and stuff, but it may not be balanced in terms of carbohydrates. But then again, if you're eating fiber, you would count that as carbohydrates. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent here, but it's important to get the nutrition right because fasting doesn't count if you can't keep the weight off. If you are going to do all of these rolling fasts and lose a ton of weight, and then you come to the point where in a year later you're back up in weight, clearly it's not a sustainable method. You need to combine fasting with learning how to eat properly, fasting with a healthy diet routine. And that diet routine can change for you. That diet routine may be keto some days. That diet routine may be a normal looking high protein diet with carbs. That diet routine may be a high fiber diet, but I think it's so important for people to understand that. Do you think dry fasting will get rid of cellulite? Based on my experience, what gets rid of cellulite, based on my journey, is muscle and reducing fat. So yes, dry fasting can help if you have stubborn cellulite, where most women have it is around the legs. I think it would help, but you're going to have to try it out and see. It would make sense. Like, what is cellulite exactly? Let's do some research. Like, what is it? I know it's like, what is cellulite? I got like cluster B personality. I did a personality test today and I was just learning about personalities. So that just popped up on my phone. So what is cellulite? Like, what is it exactly? Because mine comes and goes and it shows up on my legs. And I notice cellulite is aesthetically distressing skin condition that manifests as dimples or depressions, producing uneven surface to the skin. Occurs in 80% to 90% of females, mostly on the thighs, which is where we see it. Yeah. I think I have cellulite right now, but that will go away once my body fat goes down. Occurring in 80%, 90%, mostly on the thighs, the buttocks, and the hips, and is associated with profound negative. Okay, but what is it exactly? Like, what causes it? It involves fibrous connection tissue cords that tether the skin to an underlying muscle with the fat lying in between. Okay, gotcha. As fat cells accumulate, they push up against the skin all right. I think I have an idea. Yes, dry fasting will definitely help with that because dry fasting is going to put you in a situation where you're at max autophagy, and it talked about the connective and fibrous tissue. That's going to help heal that as well as you dry fasting. Dry fasting, you get the maximum form of autophagy. Now, dry fasting is controversial, I know, but when I was like severely concussed and I was dealing with all of the manifestations of the accident, like I'm still dealing with it now, but not to the same extent, way less now. But when I was really bad last year, that's when I got the lowest with my weight. It was really, really tough. But when I did a dry fast, I remember feeling like I was new. I remember feeling I was like normal. Dry fasting is controversial, but it is a great way to help your body heal. There's more research coming out on it. I know there's people in like the nutrition, because I'm becoming a personal trainer now. And like, you're going to hear people's ideas on weight loss and whatnot. And I know what people think, but you know what? Considering I've lost over 110 pounds, I think the proof is in the pudding right now. Why I'm struggling right now is because of dealing with chaos in my building. It's not easy to have that when you go into the hallway and it smells like someone's cooking some kind of, yeah, that's what's happening. Gotta love it. Basically, what do you call that show? Breaking Bad is happening in my building, pretty much. Don't worry, things are changing. We've got people on our side, and that person's going to be removed. But yeah, anyway, but I do think dry fasting will definitely get rid of cellulite. It'll fix up that connection tissue, but the major thing that causes cellulite is the fat that pushes underneath the skin. So don't worry. And you know what also will help with cellulite is building muscle and toning up. Toning up. I hate that term. Not, let's just say building muscle. I don't know. I don't know. There's controversy about that term. Chrissy says my butt looks like it's been shot with, yeah, build muscle. So glute bridges, single leg glute bridges, things that I've been doing. Squats will definitely help with that. You need to build up your gluteus maximus, gluteus minimus, glute med, all of the glute muscles. Build those up. So glute bridges with the Smith machine you can do glute bridges with, what do you call it? With a band. That's a great way to do it. Band around. Squats, single leg squats, all that stuff will help you out a lot. Stairmaster, because you're kind of activating things. Even the elliptical, if depending on what kind of elliptical you have, that's a cardio exercise that you're using your glutes. I remember my hamstrings were really sore when I was on the elliptical the other day. So all these things will definitely help you out, but it's going to be a combination of building that muscle, because muscle burns fat, yes, and it takes up more room. Does it, than fat? No, it's more it's more dense and heavier. But cellulite is an issue with what I just read. It has something to do with the muscle and like the fibrous tissue and the fat sticking out. So yeah, if you build that muscle is energetically expensive, so it's going to want to use the fat that's close to it. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh, thank you so much, Manny, for the super chat. Supporting so you can keep doing content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. More than anything is helping me get pushed out into the algorithm, and these super chats help no matter how big or how small. So I appreciate it. That is key, is getting myself like pushed out with the algorithm, because there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I'm back to my daily uploads. I'm trying to stay consistent with it. I did film a video today. I want to edit it and get it out. It's a video that was inspired by a comment, and this is how to get in enough fiber while doing keto OMAD. It's easy, guys. It's very easy. So I got in a bunch of lists of high fiber foods that you can eat on a keto diet, and yes, they include some fruits. I'll just shout out some of them right now. Fruit rise, avocado, and that's the obvious one, but raspberries are very high in fiber. Such a good keto fruit. Olives. Did you guys know olives was a fruit? Yeah, I learned that recently. Olives, black olives in particular. Things like almond nuts, hazelnuts, pecans, edamame pasta, keto breads, I'm telling you, or those keto like tortillas. All that stuff will get you easily to 30 grams of fiber a day. Like one serving of edamame pasta is 180 calories, and there's 15 grams of fiber in there. Like just that, you get half your fiber needs. Throw in an avocado and you're getting in a good 11 grams of fiber. You're getting closer. You're at 25 grams. Throw in some keto bread. Carbonate bread has about 10 grams of fiber. You're over. So it's really easier. It's easier than what it seems. And I hope to help people out on that video, because I want more people eating fiber. Fiber is everything, no matter if you're doing keto, no matter if you're not doing keto. It is so important. But hey, Fire, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Ryan says, I'm trying to get 100 grams of protein a day. That's pretty good. But if you're bulking, you can get in way more. 100 grams is like a keto protein kind of thing, but you can get in way more. But first try out, work your way up, especially if you're bulking. But it doesn't matter. They've been shown that bulking, you don't need that excess amount of protein. I think they said even as low as 0.5 grams per body fat. Did I say that right? 0.5 grams works as well. Oh, hey, Leibouche, thank you so much for the super chat. Wow, this is amazing. You guys are rocking it. Thank you so much. L Boogie says, I love your content and motivation. Exciting to catch you live. You are such an inspiration to me. All that means the world because all I want to do is inspire people to do better while working on myself, dealing with my own issues, um, trying to make myself better so I can help people do the same. And my passion is fitness, weight loss, and the whole lot. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been working really hard on my inner work and I lost it this week because I had to deal with the situation that was going on in my apartment building on Monday, getting threatened with a cane. Not fun. Um, but the Calgary police have been amazing. And why are they all so good looking? Can someone explain that to me? Why are all the officers like really good looking here in the city? I don't know what it is. I've never dealt with the police this much in my life. I'm a good girl. I don't get into trouble. Yeah, I lived in like sketchy neighborhoods back in Toronto. Yeah, I lived in the ghetto in Toronto. But I never really like interacted with the police this much. And I come to this city and you're expecting it to be a little normal, but I think a lot of things are going on right now, but we're working through it. But anyway, yeah, I've been dealing with a lot, but I'm still showing up and still trying to be present. But what I've been saying is that my anger is something I'm really working on, and learning not to, because expect respect from people, but I guess you can't expect much from people because if you expect stuff from people, like just common decency, common courtesy, like if I'm going to a restaurant or I'm going out and, I have a server, they're making eye contact, they're, smiling and stuff, like simple things like that. They're not looking at me with cut eye and dirty energy. Stuff like that. It's just like, but you can't expect much from people, honestly. So I have to learn how to not react in a way that, because if someone treats me in a certain way, I give them chances, but if it's repetitive, then I get them tenfold. And that's like the more emotionally intelligent thing to do is to let it go. Just, let it go. Be more compassionate, but it's really hard. It's really hard. Oh my God, Sarai. Thank you so much for the super chat. Holy smokes, you guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm mind blown right now. Sarai says super chat train. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Manny says she's our next online fitness coach and I'm VP fitness competitor. Fingers crossed because I want to do it naturally. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna link the podcast I did. I did part 2 of the podcast with Cax Bar and Podcast, and we talked about what did you call it? I was gonna talk about steroid use and all that because I don't want to touch it. I want to go as natural as possible, and the IFBB Pro League is throwing out more natural shows, and we talked about it on the podcast. I'm just gonna link it. I linked it today, but I want to like share it in the chat because it's a good kind of podcast. And we talked about it. If I can get to my chat, there we go. You guys can check it out after the video, or anyone who's watching later. And we talked about that because like I don't want to touch any PEDs. I like my voice, and a lot of you guys have told me you guys like my voice. You guys say my voice is soothing. PEDs on a woman can help risk that. Like I already have a deep voice, which I like. We don't want it any more deeper. And then the side effects that females get, like I don't want it. I don't want any of that. And some females get it. Not every female that uses PED gets these adverse effects if they do it right. I understand that. But health is a priority for me, and I'm reversing years of damage of health. So I'm fingers crossed that the IFBB League continues to put out more natural shows. But we even talked about it, like how natural can you really be at a show? Because you can kind of hide it in a way that basically you can go on a cycle and then go off just in time for the show and you won't get tested. A real natural show is the way the UFC does it. The UFC like blind tests their athletes throughout the year. So it is what it is. It's okay. I think I am genetically talented and gifted. So yeah, I do want to make that happen. So I appreciate that. You're the best. OMAD says, hey Manny, where have you been? Says this person. But yes, anyway, I want to talk about the topic at hand because I want to give you guys my 2 cents on everything. So I did mention earlier, fasting for weight loss is a great tool to help boost weight loss in terms of it is so scale friendly. when you fast most of the time. There are the rare occasions where the scale won't move, but 99% of the time it is scale friendly. So if you're starting your weight loss journey and you throw in like a 24-hour fast, or a 36-hour fast, which is the fat burning fast, that's when you start getting maximum fat burning. It's going to motivate you to keep going because you start seeing those results on the scale. So that's very motivating in itself. Another thing about fasting, it helps to regulate your appetite. If you're in a situation where you have been overeating and you're losing out of control, fasting over and over again can help do that. Now, there are some situations where people fast and they come off the fast and they just eat the whole house. That's a person, and I've been that person, that should not be fasting. And that's a person that really needs to check their nutrition. So my advice to everyone, if you are starting a fast, please plan your meals even before you start your fast. Like before you start your fast, how is coming off your fast going to look like? What are you going to have now? So let's say this fast that I plan on doing in the next week, what is it going to look like? For me, I'm going to make sure I get the majority of my carbs from vegetables. I want to be eating things like avocado, edamame, things like raspberries, things like Brazil nuts, keto breads. I want to make sure my meals are prepared in advance, or I have an idea of what I'm doing. Like with vegetables, the key with vegetables is making sure that you have them cooked. That's the key with vegetables. You make sure you have them cooked beforehand. I have a whole tray of edamame. Next thing I'm going to have to cook is a whole thing of cauliflower rice. Cauliflower is an awesome high fiber keto vegetable as well. So you want to know what your meals are going to look like. You want to know what your calories are going to look like. That is like the key. And the easiest way to stay consistent with all of that is just doing the same meals day in and day out. And I'm trying to get back to that now that this chaos, hopefully, fingers crossed, God willing, that this chaos in our building calms down, because I'm tired of dealing with it. It's really throwing off my cortisol levels and everything. But it will be. I know it will be. We'll take care of it. But it's making sure that your diet looks well. I see the fast is going, hey, I'm just here not posting until I'm reaching goals consistently. I'm doing well. Exactly. And that's another thing I want to touch on. You need to be in the right headspace. And to ensure that, especially if you're a content creator, disappearing is not a bad thing. I think you're doing the right thing, Manny. Good for you, because I've seen so many weight loss content creators, even successful ones that have went viral, really have a problem with trying to get the weight off, because social media can be too much clutter. When you're trying to lose weight, and when you're trying to lose a lot of weight, you already have enough to deal with out here. The last thing you need is everyone else in your ear, or, making you feel a certain kind of way. At the end of the day, as human beings, we want to be accepted. It is human nature to want to be accepted, because if we're not, we're like back in the day, if we didn't get along with our tribe, guess what happened? We ended up dying. We went into tribes. We ran around in groups. So if you get kicked out of your groups, your odds of survival is low. So we still have those innate things within us. So if you're going on the internet and people are saying this, it's a distraction. So the best thing to do is to get your ducks in order and make it happen for yourself. Like I said, when I started my YouTube channel, I had momentum. I had a lot of momentum, and I was consistent, and then things rolled over. And then you guys seen my struggles as well. So there's that. And also another thing I was going to touch on with that. I forgot. It left the building, but it was definitely related to that. Hit the like button, and it's Super Chat Saturday. I love that. Super Chat Saturday. No negativity here, bud. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're just wondering and you're curious about him to see what's going on. I think it's important because we all want to see each other win. All right. So, just making sure before you fast, you know what you're eating, you know your diet, you have your groceries set out, and you're making sure that food is prepared in advance, or you have an idea of what you're going to eat. So, with that being said, fasting, the result of fasting happens in the kitchen. Everything happens in the kitchen. Weight loss happens in the kitchen, because at the end of the day, if you cannot get that nutrition in line, you will not lose the weight. And then there's other issues as well, stress and whatnot. So EF stands for extended fasting. So that means fasting for 24 hours or more. So that's a form of fasting you can do to help kickstart weight loss, to help break a plateau. Again, I'm a big fan of the 36 to 48 hour fast. I'm considering doing 48 rolling fasts. I like those. I think those are good. And I don't think I need to do a lot. I just need to do like 1 week's worth. But I do like that. So rolling fast, that's another thing. For me personally, I like the 48s rolling fast. Rolling fasts are good in that it can help you really, really heal your body. It can really put you in a deep stage of ketosis, a deep stage of fat burning, a deep stage of resetting your gut microbiome, because the gut microbiome gets reset at around 24 hours. And to help reset your, your stem cells in your gut. That happens at 24 hours, but what I'm trying to get to is serotonin, the dopamine reset fast, the 48-hour fast where you're resetting your serotonin. And that is important because we are so saturated with, our serotonin receptors are oversaturated. Instagram, Facebook, Uber Eats, this, that, everything is so quick that we're feeding that, loop. And if we don't get that in check, how are we going to understand delayed gratification? How are we going to be able to really enjoy the moment? So I love fasting it's not just about weight loss. For me, I look at fasting, and you got to change your mindset about fasting. And this is why when I fast, I constantly listen to people like Dr. Mindy Pelz, listen to people like Dr. Jason Fung. I even stumbled upon this spiritual gentleman that did a 40-day fast. Now that was a bit intense, but he did a 40-day fast for spiritual reasons. And when I look at content like that, it's not just me focusing on the weight loss, because when you focus on the weight loss, you can put yourself in a situation where you're like, oh, I need this now. But you have to look at the other benefits of fasting and how much it can help you in other areas. So that's extended fasting. It's just a consecutive long fast. You stop and you start eating normally. Rolling fasts are kind of like, you can call ADF a rolling fast. ADF stands for Alternate Day Fasting. And that's fasting for 36 hours every other day. So you have a day that you fast and then the day that you eat. And you eat at maintenance calories on the day that you eat. So that is a type of rolling fast. ADF is a great tool. It can help get weight unstuck. Some people do it for a long amount of time. Personally, for me, I don't like to fast for too long. I like to fast in small sections because I do enjoy working out. But again, if you have tons of weight to lose and you can operate in a situation where you can be in a fasting state, so that's anyone who has a desk job, like anyone who's not very active, rolling fast can work for you, and ADF is a good tool to work for you. But for the rest of us who enjoy exercising, who enjoy moving around, you got to keep the fasts limited. That's why I haven't been fasting much, but I am actually in a situation where I already knew this. You guys know I love exercise. I'm working out too much. I'm working out a little too much, and I know that. That's another reason why my body's stressed and wouldn't let go. So I am capping my workouts to 4 to 5 times a week. So I'm taking 3 days off minimum. No, 3 days off a week. One of those days might be a cardio day. So the way my schedule is right now with my PT, I've got 4 lifting days, and then I have a cardio day. So yeah, I should be getting 2 days off a week. So, and I have to make sure I follow my schedule because I'm supposed to be working out Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday's a rest day. I didn't do that last week. Instead, I was like, my body's sore. Let me go to the gym. But what I could have done, which is what my chiropractor recommended, if your body's feeling a little sore, just do some, light like movement or mobility movement at home. Do some cat-cows, maybe do like some, light yoga, recovery yoga, anything like that instead of going to the gym. I don't know. I just enjoy it so much, but my body is telling me to slow it down. It's kind of like the situation that Laura Lee Chapados was in, where she was getting too big for the bikini division, meaning that she had a lot of muscle, which is a beautiful thing. A lot of people thought she should have won the Olympia because she looked great. And she had to tone down her training So I understand that mentality. I get it because I'm like that hard person too. But anyway, I'm looking at the live chat here. I have no idea what's going on Twitch. I don't know how Twitch works, but I'm streaming on Twitch. So hello, Twitch. Okay, so hi Daniela. So happy you are live. Just came. Oh yes, you were in Puerto Rico. Oh my god, I need to be somewhere hot. Just came back from Puerto Rico and I'm ready for a fast. That is great. Post vacation fast. Let's go. And you know how easy that fast will be? I find it easier to fast after going through like a week or so or a few days of just enjoying food. I find it easier to fast that way. I do. Um it can be easy if you're doing a rolling fast. So what I like about rolling fast is that when you like fast for 48 hours or 36 or 72 or what have you, and then you have a small meal, it's easier to jump right back into fasting. So that's like the only situation where eating, at a normal size or eating not excessively, it's easy. But other than that, no, I love it. I love it so much. I will do a 48-hour fast. Good number. I like that. Just drinking my low calorie protein shakes. Good for you. And water. Hydration. Yes, hydration. Thanks for the reminder. I need some hydration right now. And no solids. It really drops the weight too. That is awesome. I need to try this protein fast with you. Like, I need to try it because it sounds like something I kind of, sorry. It sounds like something I need. Hang on. Because I'm building muscle and right now I'm studying a lot. So fasting is hard. I was going to do a fast today and then I ended up having a small meal and I'm like, fine, but I want to do my real fast a little bit closer to day one of my cycle. But the protein fast sounds like something I need. It really does sound like something I need. And I might throw in creatine. Right now, apparently creatine's getting a lot of hate. I don't know what's going on because Thomas DeLauer posted a video or something on Instagram where he's like, you judge me for taking creatine and working out, but you stay up at 2 o'clock in the a.m. drinking your life away or something of that nature. I'm like, what's the hate about creatine? I'm learning about the ATP CP pathway where our body uses that in anaerobic respiration. Is that the right term? Yes. It's where our body uses that pathway to create ATP. And the creatine is involved in that. That's, for the first like couple seconds of working out. But like creatine is kind of something we use in our body. So why are we hating it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I'm not using creatine anymore. But I will be back to it whenever I see fit. Hey Simone, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here, girl. Yes, Christy says, I've noticed that everyone who fasts look young. Yeah, there's anti-aging with that. Dr. Mindy Pels has a video on that. I never watched it, but of course there's anti-aging with that. Think about it. Let's just think about it in terms of what we already know. So, we are repairing damaged organelles. So, what's happening? We're fixing up damaged proteins. We're fixing up damaged, just clutter. We're detoxing our body naturally. And it's gonna make our skin look brighter. And it's gonna make us look youthful. I think fasting helps to lengthen telomeres. I might not be right on that. And telomeres is basically the age of the cell, if I recall. It's the end of the DNA. So what is it? If you have long telomeres, it means you'll have a long life. I believe so. And if your telomeres are shorter, it kind of shrinks your life. But they've been showing that fasting does impact the DNA on that level. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Do your due diligence, everyone. Whatever I say, fact check me. Do your due diligence with anyone you watch on the internet. But it's something I learned from Dr. Mindy Pels, who I love. But yeah, I don't know. Fasting gets a lot of hate. There's this one IFBB Pro girl from England. She is a wellness competitor, and she says everyone who fasts looks like shit. I'm like, that's not true. So I don't know. People don't understand the power of it, how it can really help people with. That's what I was going to talk about. It just popped in my head. So fasting is a natural way to crush appetite, right? Let's look at all the weight loss tools that are out here. Weight loss surgery. I don't know the different kinds or whatever. There's 2 types. Gastric sleeve. I don't know how it works. But what's the goal of weight loss surgery? To shrink your stomach. Why are we shrinking our stomach? To shrink our appetite. Ozempic and I don't know what the other one's called. Something with an R. Rybelsus, and Ozempic. What do those do? They trick our body into thinking that we're already full. It helps to shrink your appetite. So, knowing all of this, clearly when it comes to the obesity epidemic and people being overweight, it's a matter of people eating excess food. And why is that happening? Food addiction. We know what's going on. They're lacing foods with everything. And I'm going on another tangent here. Dr. Mindy Pelz is right when she says avoid all those seed oils. Get rid of the canola oil. Get rid of all those vegetable oils because they do something to you. 100% they do. I'm trying to find seaweed snacks with avocado oil. I believe I found it once, but they were expensive. But anyway, going back to all of this, the key is learning how to control your appetite. What makes our appetite spike? Blood sugar, right? When we get that blood sugar spike and then it dips, that's when we get hunger cues. I even saw that with my CGM. And yes, I'll be getting a CGM soon. I promise. I will be. I need to, because then it will get me I'll be looking at the monitor and I'll be obsessed with it. And it just keeps me in line. I just love seeing the CGM. But it's all about controlling that appetite. So when our mitochondria is damaged and we're getting these things like fructose, glucose, they come together, it's messing up our blood sugar spikes, which stressing out our mitochondria, which causes us to eat more. So the thing with weight loss is learning how to suppress that appetite. It's more than just putting the fork down, as people say. It's more than just that. Obesity is a very complex thing, but you're not a victim to it. I don't want people getting into the victim mindset because that's what a lot of people are doing. That's why there's these medications out there. The thing about these medications, though, they scare me in that people think, yeah, I have an illness, so this is what I need. You can overcome it without the medication. Fasting is a great way to do it. Not a lot of people are willing to do that. I understand that. But this is my mentality. Do you want to live a long life or do you not? You have to come to the point where you are sick and tired of being in your situation. You can go have a weight loss surgery and still gain weight. You can go on these, drugs, these weight loss drugs, and they're still not going to help you if you're not ready, if you're only looking for a quick fix. You need to become a different person. People need to stop wanting the easy way out because we know a lot of these drugs, these weight loss drugs, do have side effects. So I'm just putting it out there. So I think fasting is powerful in that it does everything all these weight loss drugs does and then some without the side effects. But again, with that being said, I do believe in excessive fasting. You can't fast too much. It's important to take breaks. It's important to learn how to eat properly. It's important to learn how to get in that fiber, eat in those whole foods, and be as healthy as possible. I'm seeing the chat going. Hang on. Simone. I love sardines, wild sardine fast, and I have also done wild cod liver oil fast. Both ignite fire to shrink my appetite, waist, and the scale. That makes sense because those are high in fats. You're getting your omega-3s and 6s and all the benefits of seafood. So that's going to put you in a good state of ketosis. But these fasts, the sardine fast, the protein fast, these are great tools. They're basically dieting 101, which is what I call OMAD. It makes it simple because it can be so overwhelming when you go to a nutrition coach or a weight loss coach and they tell you, get all these get this monounsaturated, this, that, hit this macro, hit that. It's just keto works because it's simple. OMAD works because it's simple. You have to simplify it for people. And I think these little fasts here, they're great to get you started. They're a great basis point, but everyone needs to learn how to grow from that. We're going to have to grow from OMAD, meaning that we're going to have to learn how to eat in a way throughout the day where we're keeping that blood sugar low, where we're not spiking it. We're going to have to learn how to be able to incorporate those sweet treats without spiking our blood sugar. And again, the Glucose Goddess is perfect for that, or the Glucose Revolution because she changed her name. So I like these diets. Some people are like, they're overly restricted. Sometimes you just need to dumb things down to the most simple thing as possible when it comes to things. It's just learning from the bottom up. That's how I view it. Because everyone's tried it the other way, reducing your calories, or some people are saying eating more calories or whatnot, where people are just confused. I just think it's better to just make it as simple as possible, get people into a routine where they're seeing results, and then as they're getting results, that's where they expand. That's where they, maybe go to a OMAD, or that's when they know they start to roll back the rolling fast and start to eat, a little bit normally. But yes. Says, oh my god, I couldn't eat sardines. Yuck, I love sardines. Some people don't like it. Julie says, there's a YouTuber who had the weight loss surgery, but she is getting fat again. She is still constantly, yeah, that sucks. Stop constantly eating. She says her brain did not change with the surgery. She is addicted to overeating. No. Yeah, that's a bad situation to be in, because the full-on change wasn't made, and it sucks because you're putting yourself through a traumatic situation, and she has not recognized what is causing her overeating. Why is she overeating? Because you got to figure it out in terms of the binge eating side of things, not so much the other side. Well, both. So there's the binge eating side of things, and then there's the food addiction side of things. The food addiction side of things is the physiological thing. So that's with the fructose damaging our mitochondria, the fructose spiking our insulin levels or our glucose levels, both, that stuff. When you understand that stuff, and then you understand the whole mental health side of things, why do you turn to food? Why? Because it is an addiction. So you got to figure that out. But if you're just going into surgery thinking the surgery will fix it, nah, it won't. It won't. And she can overcome that. She can. Because if she puts it in a way or labels in a way, oh, I'm just addicted to overeating, there's no hope, you're putting yourself in the victim mindset. The victim mindset is a powerless mindset. You need to overcome that. You need to take responsibility. If you want change, you will get change. You have to, the internet, like I say, in this day and age, it's a choice to be ignorant about things. And I will call myself out on certain things as well. It is a choice to be ignorant. But I remember making a promise to myself that I would do everything in my power to lose this weight. And when you transform your brain in that aspect to do that, nothing is impossible. So she needs to work on that, and she needs to figure that out. And hopefully, as I learn and grow and evolve, I can help people out in that situation, because it's more than just the food addiction, the fructose. It's more than just the binge eating. It's a lot. Christy said, hang on, I get them in water and squeeze, lemon and hot sauce with them. They're really good that way. I don't think I could eat them otherwise. I have my sardines with olive oil. Olive oil and olives. You can get them in water. I don't know. It depends what kind you get, because there are some sardines that are really sardiny. It's really fishy. But the one I buy isn't really fishy. You don't really smell it. But yeah, cod liver might be something I would struggle with. That definitely would be something I would struggle with. But it's so good for you. So good for you. Okay. Christy Anderson says, I'm a volume eater. I try to stay keto with fasting. Yes, so you're going to like my video once I get it edited and up about high fiber foods, for sure. Hi, Daniel. Well, Joseph. I called you Daniel. Hi, Joseph. Joseph says, hi, Daniela. That's why I said Daniel. Well, now coming in. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. So yeah, I just want to make sure I touched base on everything. So OMAD versus ADF. That seems to be a hot topic right now. I like ADF in short amounts of time, because again, I like working out. If you're not a very active person and you're just doing basic workouts, ADF can work for you. But however, I've noticed people saying that when they do ADF for a while, they get really hungry, especially on their days of eating. I like OMAD because it's the happy medium. But again, whatever diet works for you is the diet I'm going to advocate for you. Whatever works for you, works for you. I'm not a diet zealot. My channel is known for OMAD, yes, but I'm a fan of whatever method you can do to get the weight off. Because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all of these methods of fasting, they're doing the same thing. They are reducing those blood sugar levels. They're flattening the blood sugar curve. People who eat lots of fruits and vegetables high in fiber, flattening the blood sugar curve. That is the key to weight loss, is to flatten that curve, to get things back, to put your body into a state of healing. I don't care what it is. Carnivore diet, I have my opinions about it. You want a diet that gives you energy. Carnivore, well, I don't know. For me personally, it doesn't give me energy. Daniela, when are you going to compete? Not any complete or compete. Complete or compete. If you're saying compete, right now I'm still working on healing my body. I'm taking it day by day. I know I announced it, but I'm not ready yet. I'm just correcting the muscle imbalances, building muscle in my back, rebuilding my quad that atrophied from my knee injury from the car accident. I'm working through all of that. It will happen when it's happened. I'm right now trusting the process. I know it's what I want, so it's going to happen when it's ready to happen. Yeah, EF equals extended fasting. IF equals intermittent fasting. So that's fasting 10 to, you can say 24 hours. OMAD is a type of intermittent fasting. It's just an extreme form of intermittent fasting. It's the most extreme form, known as 1 meal a day, fasting for 20 hours, like the real definition of OMAD is fasting for 23 hours a day and eating within a 1 hour eating window. Dr. Mindy Pell says OMAD is 24 hours of fasting. Like, there's all these definitions. Don't get caught up in the definitions. Don't get caught up in the analysis paralysis. Become a practitioner and just get it done. So yeah, I got OMAD, EF, alternate day fasting. I did put rolling fasts, which is just fasting back to back. Again, I do believe in fasting too much can be a problem. So you got to learn how to have balance with that, because again, the key to weight loss, like, you can fast all the weight away, but if you don't know how to eat properly, it's done. So, some quick eating tips I would just throw out there. Make sure you are getting in lots of fruits and vegetables. Make sure you are drinking lots of water. Make sure you're getting in that protein. If you're going to have carbs, have nature's carbs. So like rice, potatoes, yams, all that stuff. If you want to eat out and have a day out, you can do that. You just have to ensure, like, a key to that. Let's say you know you're going to a restaurant in the evening. Have as much fiber and vegetables and healthy meals beforehand. If you're going to go out to a restaurant, maybe order a salad, have that first, and then have the goodies afterwards. So just do the food order hack thing, like not doctor, but the glucose goddess said. If you want to keep that blood sugar low, have your fiber first. If you want another hack, throw in some apple cider vinegar, then have your proteins, and then have your starches and your sugars last. Just learning how to understand yourself, how you respond. If you're in a situation where having a cheat meal will trigger you, don't have that cheat meal. I was in that situation. I was good. I was good to eat healthy for as long as possible. And I would find ways to make cheat meals in terms of like making like a keto cake, or like, a healthy recipe, or a knockoff, or like a knockoff McDonald's thing where I would do air fried fries and peanut oil and stuff like that. It's all about like just being a practitioner and learning how to repeat this day in and day out. But the key is to all of this, because this is such an individual journey. Right now I'm speaking generally. Like, when I get to the point where I am coaching people, I can hone in on things because I can understand people better and understand what their struggles with. But the best way to learn is through action. The best way to learn is to give it a try. Please expect failure, but please do not identify as a failure. Just like, this is like the greatest quote about failure. If you're failing, it means you're doing something right. Because everyone who has been successful has failed. If you look at it on that grand scheme of things, struggle will happen. I'm going through a struggle right now. At least my weight is stuck and I'm building muscle. At least that's a good thing. But struggles always pass. Life is always fluid. Things will change. And just, oh, hi, Ron. And just remember that. But yeah, anyway, I was just rambling a lot. If anyone else has any questions, and I love how you guys are talking in the chat. You guys are awesome. I'm missing things up. I'm missing chats. LaBoogie says, I love it. Don't get caught up. Become a practitioner and get it done. Oh, you got to put that on some t-shirt. I should. I think I have a note on my phone. Like one of them is like stuff my face with vegetables. That's kind of David Goggins thing, but I kind of made it my own. Become a practitioner and get it done. Yeah, David Goggins would always be like, I'm a practitioner, you know? I don't sit there and analyze things. And the best way to learn is through action. Action creates momentum. So, yeah, no, I think I'll do that. Become a practitioner and get it done. Love that. Yeah, I do want to make shirts and stuff. I'm trying to find the notes I have, but I'll just make a quick note. Become I don't know. I say a lot of things that you guys say quote it. I said you people. Sorry, that everyone says in my comment section. Wow, I can't talk right now. Mouth. Hello. I think I'm fading. I'm fading because I spent time on like organizing that video. And then I'm studying, so my brain's like trying to keep up with everything. But I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm so happy that I'm motivating you on your journey. Like that's all I really want. That's all I want. I want to make this like a whole like my life's mission, because I don't know, it's just something I feel like it has to be done, and I just want to see people win. I want us all to win. I'm not in competition with anybody. A lot of females like to be in competition with each other. I know people say it's female nature, but it's not really in my nature. Like if I see another girl who's rocking it, it's like, oh hey, you looking good, you know? I'm not in competition with anyone except my past self. That's my mentality. I need to outdo myself. And yeah, Ron says, Hey, Christy, I had a good week for a change. Down. Oh, wow. Lots of walking. That's another thing. All you need to lose weight is walking. Just to lose weight. If you want to tone up, then there's exercises. But I'm getting to that. I can't wait as I learn and go through my personal training journey. I can, give more tips on exercise as well. And learning how to work out in a way that helps to get that, fat burning, put you in a state of fat burning. The only thing I know about that is keeping your heart rate in zone 1 to 2. Because that's when I know that you're going into fatty acid oxidation. So your body's making ATP from fat as opposed to glucose and sugar and glycogen. Glucose and sugar and glycogen. That was wrong. Glucose and sugar is the same thing. But whatever. It is what it is. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys being here for the live stream. I'm so glad everyone likes the setup. Thank you what was that? Sorry. My phone. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully I can do this again very soon. If that video doesn't come out tonight, it'll come out tomorrow morning, and I'll do another live stream tomorrow because I had so much fun today. And I want to get more frequent with these live streams as well. I like live stream. It's a content creator's dream because there's no editing. But anyway, guys, make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you guys maybe tonight or tomorrow. Send you guys mad love. Take care. Bye.